compassion without a state capacity eventually becomes chaos. And this is the chaos that we are facing here today. So we have government that is not in charge. We don't know how many illegal immigrants are in this country. We cannot count them. Some are even saying we must document them. So I can tell you now, if you go to Home Affairs on Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning, chances are you will come back at 5 o'clock, having not received help in other instances. So when people say we must document illegal immigrants, millions of them, where are we going to get that capacity from?
The problems we have in our country are as a result of lack of leadership. This has resulted into social ills. The skyrocketing unemployment in our country is a ticking time bomb. You cannot, in a single country, have over 17 million people on social grants. You cannot, in one country, have over 8 million people unemployed, over 4 million young people unemployed. You have less than 6 million people paying tax in this country, having to support 60 million plus South Africans. Where do you get money to then pay for all these foreign nationals?
The Department of Home Affairs is the big failure when it comes to documenting each and every person here in South Africa. We have a big number of asylum seekers that have been rejected, and they are living here in South Africa illegal. Why? Because they've been rejected by Department of Home Affairs. For instance, we have asylum seekers from the east of Democratic Republic of Congo. I can confirm that 99% of those asylum seekers have been rejected, and they are staying here in South Africa unlawful. Well, the government know very well that those people, they cannot be returned back to the Democratic Republic of Congo, more especially to the east of DRC. So when it comes to our documentation and the people that stay here illegal, the Department of Home Affairs is playing a key, big role in making people staying here illegal.
We have government that is not in charge. This government is governing through NGOs such as the one Mr. Mbalanga is representing today, as well as the court judges, people that we have never voted for. And lastly, Thabiso, problem with us in South Africa, we are discussing our problem with our problems. And our problems right now are foreign nationals. And we cannot be having these discussions with foreign nationals and expect a sustainable or even a sound solution.
Let me start by indicating that it's a wrong narrative to suggest that the president has not articulated his position or cabinet in relation to the challenges that we're facing over time. Firstly is that if you recall, in the sixth administration, there was a review of the citizenship, immigration, and protection of refugees, which cabinet has consulted, and I think the portfolio committee also was briefed in relation to this subject matter, to change the law or to reform the laws and give an opportunity for South Africans to be able to interact for the part of the migration landscape in the country. And that is an important paper or a bill once it's been tabled to Parliament. We'll be able to take South African into confidence, have an opportunity to have a constructive conversation in relation to what must happen as we move forward. And that's an indication in relation to what is Parliament and government are responding to these issues.
What we want to see is our African brothers going back to their countries, asking us to assist them with the knowledge that we have, to help them fight their governments, fight their leaders, to transform their countries so that there's democracy in their countries, so that there's a viable economy in Zimbabwe, in all these other countries in Africa. That is what we do not see. The energy we see from them is the attitude towards South Africans, because they know we're not xenophobic, because they know we're patient. But our people are losing patience, and they're not fighting with them. We're fighting with our own government. We're not standing somewhere in Angola shouting. We are here in South Africa, educated, hard workers, unemployed, poor people of this country, fighting against our own government that has an absence of, care and compassion towards their people.
I just want to correct what Princeee said, that we cannot be sitting with people like me to have this type of discussion. And that's something that I was not expecting from someone like a Princeee. Because when we are talking about social cohesion, is when people come together and they discuss issues that are on the table. And dismissing to say that you cannot sit with me to have a conversation, and I don't know how am I going to judge your statement. And when it comes to saying that the vigilantes movement of March and March, they are having access even to enter in people's house, to search in people's premises. Where did they get that authority? Where they are going to search in each and every house to go and destroy people's properties in their own house. And we don't have to call on that. We have to speak out and to say what they are doing is unlawful. Police are there, Home Affairs is there, and each and every department need to do its job.
Your closing remarks, ma'am.
I think as South Africa, we need to move beyond a narrative that on whether South Africans are xenophobic or not, because we've discovered beyond reasonable doubt that South Africans are not xenophobic. What we need to discuss is whether South Africa has the institutional capacity, economic strength, and political leadership to manage lawfully the issue of immigration or migration in South Africa. And we all know the answer to that. Our solution has always been clear. Let's fix the Constitution, which is the main reason we are stuck with entitled foreigners in South Africa, because they believe that South Africa belongs to them and it doesn't.